Songs in the Night, July 23. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him. Nahum 1:7. While appreciating very gratefully this special love and care for us as his people, in the comfort, encouragement, and protection afforded us by our Heavenly Father, in the midst of the world's great tribulation, we would come far short of having his Spirit if we would regard the matter with self-complacency, forgetful of his great love for the whole world also, which veiled behind the clouds of his righteous indignation against their sins, in wisdom strikes the heavy blow which will shatter all their idols and humble their pride in the dust. If God so loved the world as to give his only begotten Son, he loves them still, and it is his love that wields the rod for their correction. So also he would have his people regard his judgments, and while rejoicing in the sunshine of his favor, he would have them share his Spirit toward the world. And while the blows of his righteous indignation fall heavily upon them, he would have us point them to the cause of their calamities and to the only remedy, reprint 1787.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into a really intriguing historical source. It's called Songs in the Night, and it's from July 1787.
Right. And it's not just some dusty old document, is it? It offers a perspective on divine care that might feel quite, well, radical today.
Exactly. It challenges our usual ideas about comfort, about tribulation. We're going to try and unpack its core argument about love and correction. It's almost paradoxical.
Yeah, that's what's so fascinating, how it takes these seemingly opposite ideas, comfort and correction, love and, well, hardship, and weaves them together.
So our mission really is to dig into that, extract those surprising insights, see what this old text might offer us.
Definitely. Get to the core nuggets of what it's trying to say about adversity.
Okay, so let's break it down. The text starts off seemingly quite straightforward. It quotes Nahum 1:7.
The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him.
Right. So it talks about this special love and care specifically for his people, comfort, encouragement, protection when things are tough.
It sets a very familiar tone, doesn't it? Kind of what you might expect divine support for the faithful.
But then, and this is where it gets interesting, it pivots almost immediately. It moves from that specific comfort to something much broader and more challenging.
It does. It warns against self-complacency for those people enjoying that favor.
And then highlights God's great love for the whole world also. That's a key phrase.
Yes, and it says this universal love is often veiled behind the clouds of his righteous indignation against their sins.
Okay, let's pause there. Righteous indignation. We usually think of that as anger, maybe punishment, but here it's linked to love.
That's the twist. The source presents this indignation, this anger against sin, not as the opposite of love, but almost as, well, part of it, a veiled expression of it.
So how does that work, especially when it talks about heavy blows which will shatter all their idols and humble their pride in the dust? That sounds pretty harsh for love.
It does sound harsh. And the shattering idols bit, it feels like it means stripping away everything people rely on instead of this divine care, maybe wealth, status, self-reliance.
Things they put their trust in.
Exactly. And the text is really unambiguous on this point. It states very clearly it is his love that wields the rod for their correction.
So it's framing these calamities, these heavy blows, not as random suffering or just divine anger.
No, but as purposeful. Painful, yes, but purposeful acts of love. The goal isn't destruction, it's correction. Reorientation.
Reorientation. Towards what? Humility, trust.
Towards humility and trust?
Yeah.
Precisely. Breaking down that pride, that dependence on worldly things to guide people back. It's reframing suffering in a way as potentially beneficial. A tough gift, perhaps.
Wow. That's a really challenging idea, I think, especially for us today, to see heavy blows as potentially loving. Does the text give any clues on how to tell this corrective love apart from just bad things happening?
That's a really important question. The source doesn't seem to make fine distinctions between different types of hardship in the way we might. It seems to apply this lens quite broadly.
So the focus isn't on the type of hardship, but
on the response to it, and maybe the understanding behind it. The text suggests that even when things are good, those who understand this shouldn't just be complacent.
Right. It mentioned share his Spirit toward the world.
Exactly. And that means When these blows fall on others, the response shouldn't be judgment, but pointing them towards the cause of their troubles.
Which the text implies is separation from divine reliance.
Yes, and pointing them towards the only remedy, which is that return to humility and trust. It's about interpreting the hardship and teaching from it, not just enduring it.
So bringing it all together, this 18th century text is really laying out this powerful, maybe even unsettling paradox.
Definitely. That divine love isn't just about the gentle comfort, the sunshine. It can also be this stern corrective force, even a shattering one.
It pushes us to think that maybe hardship, even big societal upheavals, could be interpreted through this lens of love aimed at humbling, guiding, reorienting.
Which leads to a really profound thought to leave you with, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How might adopting, or at least considering this historical viewpoint, change how you look at challenges, setbacks in your own life, or even bigger problems you see in the world?
Could the toughest moments actually be purposeful catalyst for something deeper?
It's certainly a challenging idea, something to mull over long after this deep dive.